So out of all the shows this season has to offer, that haven't been delayed yet, Tower of God is probably the most unusual one to me. Not because it's a weird premise or a particularly different show, but because of how the community is reacting to it. For some reason, people are either worshipping the show like it's a next Evangelion, or hating on it like it's Sword Art Online. Look, all you need to know is that if you like this show, you are uncultured swine and should quit watching anime altogether. I'm being sarcastic, and I hate the fact that I have to say that, but yes, if I don't, people will take that joke seriously. So far, I've yet to find anyone with reasonable opinions about Tower of God. And although I think a lot of people would find it ironic that me, yours truly, would have a reasonable opinion about this show, I do. I think. Probably. I don't know. I've gotten my fair share of death threats from opinions I thought were reasonable in the past. But let's try it anyway. Drumroll, please. I think Tower of God is a solid show, but nothing special. See, there's no way people could hate me for, oh my god! No, but real talk. I can kind of understand why a lot of people really like this anime, but I can also understand why a lot of people hate this anime. So today I want to talk about Tower of God with you guys from an anime-only perspective because, of course, I don't read manga. So first, let's talk art style. Let's be honest with each other. This is some grade A1 Pictures quality animation. Actually, one second. Oh no, it's not A1 Pictures. But still, you get the point. This show looks like it came straight out of the era where A1 Pictures was shitting out 4 shows a season without a care in the world. It's particularly awful because you can tell that they went with this style and were like, yeah, but what if we add this shitty paper filter over everything? Yeah, that'll make a world of difference. It didn't. Yeah, even A1 Pictures tries their best to not make their animation look like this anymore. It's probably my biggest complaint about the show, to be honest. I think if they had just not done the paper filter, it would have been better off, because at least the art style wouldn't be drawing attention to itself. So let's talk about why, overall, I do like this show. First and foremost is how they tell a story. A lot of shows have this weird hand-holding thing they do in the first few episodes when you're in a new world. However, they absolutely do not do this in Tower of God. They throw Bam into an incredibly hostile world with the audience and they're just like, figure it out, kid. And I freaking love that. I love having to sit there and constantly theory craft about their world, and the fact that no character has come up to Bam and been like, hey man, here's every detail you need to know about the tower, just makes a world of difference. This is one of those few shows where they actually respect their audience. The creators expect you as a viewer to be paying attention and to be trying to figure out the solution to the puzzles as well as to what the hell is actually going on. The plot is super engaging and just sucks you in so quick it's incredible. The creators of this show really know how to capture their audience. However, using the powers of ambiguity can be quite dangerous. Ambiguity makes people want answers, and sometimes creators are really bad at coming up with satisfactory answers. A certain mech anime comes to the front of my mind for some reason. Maybe it's the aliens. Ah, god, Darling in the Franxx, what a terrible waste. And sure, yeah, you can just decide not to answer any of those questions, but that's a surefire way to piss off your audience. So although using ambiguity is a great way to suck in your audience, that can backfire on you faster than trusting Itachi to keep watch over the Chiha clan for a night. Nevertheless, you guys know I need to talk about the characters on any given show. Overall, I think the character of Bam is pretty great. He's a total idiot, but at the same time, you can tell there's a ton to his character. Like, almost to the point where he kind of evokes a small amount of fear out of me. Kun is pretty basic. I really don't care all that much about him. I know he's like the obligatory, overpowered, cute boy to pull in the Fujoshi. Oh, but he has a tragic backstory and no one cares. And then there is the best boy. My big boy, Alligator. Rock. I mean, let's just be honest with each other. Rock is the true main character of the entire series. Like, I know they had to get the backstories of Kun and Bam out of the way before we went full Alligator. Oh god, I love this character. He is the reason I get up in the morning. Rock made this show for me. In the first 2 episodes, I was like, God, if they make him a main character, I'm going to cry because he is amazing. And then they made him a main character. Oh God, I know he's a comic relief character, but his simple attitude and just how often he throws a wrench into things is incredible. He really takes this show that frankly would have been a bit boring and makes every single moment just have that extra spice of pure chaos. The supporting characters seem pretty neat as well. Shibisu is like a good secondary comic relief character. He's particularly helpful because he's like a solid baseline character. He clearly marks what most people are capable of, so when other characters start going ham, it's apparent how much discrepancy and power there is. Hats really hasn't had much screen time, and we finally actually just got a scene with Anak. She seems interesting, but she's obviously low-key cheating. I think. I'm actually not sure. The rules have yet to be really explained. Granted, that is part of the charm of the show. And finally, I really wanted to talk about the world. Once again, they're using ambiguity to their advantage here. Apparently the world is this tower, and to traverse the tower you have to complete a series of challenges. But to even enter the tower itself, you must be invited in, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it's explained. It's actually quite confusing because it infers that most people live outside the tower. I guess maybe there's like an upper level of the tower you have to be invited in to start the climb. I don't know, it may have been a translation error or I got confused. Let me know that in the comments. But the people who start the climb by being invited in are called regulars. However, there are people who just kind of appear in the tower like bam. These guys are considered irregulars, and from the looks of it, generally tend to be monsters who even the proctors of the exams are hesitant around. I also really like the art style that the tower is done in. It just kind of feels like it's its own little universe. Oh yeah, and apparently there's like royalty that lives at the top of the tower. I'm not sure. Like I said, they give you this information in bits and pieces and they leave a lot of interpretation up to you. So why do I think a lot of people hate this anime? I mean, after all, so far, what I've said has been mostly positive. I have yet to have a real problem with this show other than the animation, and even that is dismissible in the grand scheme of things. And frankly, it's quite simple. It's because it's popular. And before I get, but Black Clover, I did genuinely hate that show. I feel like a lot of people who are talking shit on Tower of God haven't even watched the show yet. Newsflash, guys, if you're anime only like me, it's pretty damn good so far. I mean, I don't know about the manga. Actually, wait 1 second. Oops, my bad. Web manga. But I haven't heard anything bad from that crowd either yet. Overall, I just do really like this show, but I do want to point out one possible issue. I do think there is a pretty solid chance that this is going to be one of those anime that's going to be really popular right now, and then completely forgotten about a year later. Do you guys remember Erased? Yeah, me neither. However, I might be wrong. I think what can make or break this show is its ability to pull off a mid to late season plot twist. And it has to be a good one. I feel like this show is ripe for a good plot twist, but in order for it to not fade into the upcoming years, it'll have to be on some Madoka Magica level shit. And hey, maybe so. Oh god, wait, manga readers, for the love of God, before you spoil it in the comments, please, just don't. I swear, the only comments YouTube shows me on my phone are just filled with spoilers. Please don't be that guy. No, but seriously, this is one of those anime where I feel like the major plot twists will be coming, and frankly, the show sort of depends on it. I mean, it can be mediocre and the show will be fine, but if it's on some level 10 crazy stuff, I really do think this show could go down as the big, memorable anime of 2020. Also, good on you, Crunchyroll. So far, you guys have been on point. First Dr. Stone and now this? Like, I used to make fun of your guys' judgment of anime, but it actually seems like you guys care now. Still, I will never forgive you guys for convincing me to try Island. My brain is still burnt with a specific image from that show. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video seemingly came out of left field, but that's because I am doing some major changes to my channel. I mean, I'm sure you guys can tell my thumbnail is completely different and the style of this video is completely different from most of my other videos. It's gonna be a little bit weird for a little bit of time while I try to figure out what exactly I'm gonna do with this channel. But I hope you guys stay along with me and we'll hopefully try to figure this thing out together. Because I want to make this thing my full-time job, so I'm committing as much time as I physically can to this channel. hence why this video came out probably significantly earlier than it would have normally if I had scheduled it properly. I don't know why I said it in so many different weird ways. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to upload more than once a week. Either way, a huge thank you to my patrons. You guys really are my heroes. Please make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys stay man and go watch that goddamn anime.